What is going on, everybody? This is Mike from the last Corvette. So I was going to do part 4 and actually start on the seat, but I said to myself, you know what, let's do part 3.5, 3.5, and I'm going to show you guys how the carpet looks now. So everything is vacuumed out. All the anchoring points I cleaned out. Harnesses are clean. I also blew out this connector here. That's the main they call it a body harness that goes to the seat. Same thing for the airbag. And I'm just going to let it dry. I did the same thing on the driver's side when I reupholstered that seat. But anyway, one of the things that I wanted to bring up, I obviously, I think did a pretty decent job on part 3, showing you guys the prep and also, you know, the proper setup and the basic tools and also the basic steps to remove the passenger seat out of the vehicle. And the same principles apply to the driver's seat. Besides this little connector here, and I believe that connector there on the seat belt itself is what triggers the airbag light to either come on or off, or basically your passenger airbag to either be active or disabled. And I'm going to confirm it when I take the skins off and see where it actually leads, but I'm assuming that's what that is. But anyway, so this little lever on the side of the seat that I showed you guys that I removed, that was lesson learned number 1. Yeah, I watched a video of some guy just prying on the lever from the top and then sticking a screwdriver in. That's exactly what I did, and I ended up breaking the lever that reclines the seat. And I have a new one coming September 1st. Today is the 30th. So it's a used one, but hey, it's in great shape. And you know what? I could have been a little bit more careful, but I also had no idea that it's a slotted access on the bottom of this little lever where you can go in with a pick, small little screwdriver, and actually remove the retaining clip. All you do is just basically unlock the first earlobe, the second one, and the whole thing comes off. And then I also showed you how it goes back on or into the lever itself, over that little shaft that's splined and has a flat spot so it lines with the seat, and it would have been great. But anyway, $14 or whatever for a used one, lesson learned. And like I said, something that I shared with the world now as far as the proper way of doing it. I would definitely suggest either doing it when the seat is on an angle after you disconnect the harnesses, or when you have the seat out of the vehicle, you can actually flip it on its side. And I think that's the best approach there to do it right, with a flashlight and all that. Now, I did the driver's seat, and I'll be doing this passenger seat right in my garage floor. It's not the most ideal. You want to have a workbench to elevate it. Easier on your back. It's also easier to work with the seat that way. But as you guys can see, my garage is a mess with a bunch of toys and tractor and all kinds of stuff. So it is what it is. But listen, one other thing that I screwed up on, and this is the reason why I'm making a 3.5, is, let me actually walk around this way, it'd be easier, is this. Let me close the garage door. So before I even started on my driver's seat, I went and checked out kind of, did some homework as far as what I needed, the position of the seat. And this is where this little bezel goes for your seat recline. So this reclines the seat forward so you can gain access to the cargo area. Now, this here is still the OEM cutout. So it was getting late. I was trying to hurry up and I guess get the project done for whatever reason. And I made this cut too big. So in part 4, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to properly notch this out, because all these kits, you do have to cut and trim, for example, this lever here, and also the side controls. That's just how all of them are. But I made this portion a little bit too big, and before I actually started on the project, I checked my driver's side seat, and my OEM bezel was actually cracked. I had no idea. I never looked at it really. So I went on eBay and ordered me a set. My favorite store, online store, is eBay. And this set is obviously aftermarket. You have Corvette engraved into it. I think I made a video on it. And the bezel itself is the same dimensions as the OEM. So I received them and then I started the project. Well, here's the deal. Like I make the cut too big. Now I have this gap. So the OEM bezel is too small. I reach out to the guy that I bought it from and I said, hey, is there any way you can make me a bezel that is slightly larger? And he goes, yes, I actually make them. And being an automotive, I thought he was using a 3D printer, which he is. So he sends me the second set for free, a standout guy. I'm going to share the information in either part 4 or 5, where I got all these add-ons or accessories. So he makes it 1/2 inch taller. So basically it's a 1/4 inch on each side, and then 1/4 inch wider, split once again in half. So total 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch this way, widthwise. And it fits in perfect. It covers my oopsie. And of course I ordered 2 to put on the driver's side and put on the passenger side so they match. Now, here is the second problem, I should say, that I ran into. These bezels that he makes, they also have tabs on the inside that actually lock into the seat right here. See this? Well, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a tab here, and there's also like a male and a female grab on the bezel. And what happened is when I received them, I measured it, you know, I kind of overlaid over the screwed up cut on the seat. Everything is perfect. It's going to cover everything. And as soon as I try to insert it or install it, and what you do is, so the cutout on these bezels actually sits vertical. First, you have to put the bezel horizontal over this little lever because it doesn't come off, this little knob. And then you turn it 90 degrees and it snaps in. Well, when I snapped it snapped in perfect, but right away it cracked. So the material is too hard, okay? And when it's hard, it's brittle. It's almost like glass. So I reached out to him the third time and I explained, I said, listen, I don't know what happened or I don't know what stock you used, but we need to make it softer so it's more pliable. So that's what he's working on now. He's actually running brand new bezels again for the third time tonight. He's going to report out tomorrow how flexible they are without being too gummy, and hopefully they work, and you know, we don't have to do a 4th set. But anyway, that's the reason why I'm making this video, is because you live and you learn. And like I said, when I do my part 4, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to make these cuts